Hey guys, welcome to our channel. Today we are going to be discussing an interesting topic, the psychology of money. Money plays a huge role in our lives, and it's not just about earning, spending or saving it, but it's also about how we think and feel about it. The book The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel sheds light on how emotions and behavior influence our financial decisions. In this video, we'll take a closer look at some of the key takeaways from the book. Chapter 1: Getting Wealth versus Staying Wealthy. The first chapter of the book is all about the difference between getting rich and staying rich. The author emphasizes that getting rich is not the same as staying rich. It's important to have a long-term view and not to fall into the trap of making short-term decisions. It's natural for humans to want to get rich quickly, but it's important to realize that there's no shortcut to wealth. It requires patience, discipline, and a long-term approach. The author uses the example of two investors, one who made $80 million but lost it all and the other who slowly built his wealth over time, to highlight the importance of staying wealthy. Chapter 2: The Importance of Saving. The second chapter of the book emphasizes the importance of saving. The author explains that saving is not just about money, but it's also about time. Saving money can help us buy back our time and give us the freedom to do what we want. The author also stresses that saving doesn't mean you have to be frugal or cheap, but rather it's about being intentional with your money. He uses the example of a man who never made more than $50,000 a year, but managed to save $5 million by being intentional with his spending. Chapter 3: Understanding Risk. The third chapter of the book is all about risk. The author explains that risk is not just about the probability of something happening, but it's also about the consequences if it does happen. He uses the example of a gambler who thinks he can win big, but ends up losing everything, to highlight the importance of understanding risk. The author also stresses that risk is personal and what might be risky for one person might not be risky for another. Chapter 4: The Power of Compounding. The fourth chapter of the book is all about the power of compounding. The author explains that compounding is not just about money, but it's also about knowledge, skills, and relationships. He uses the example of two friends, one who started investing at 25 and the other who started at 35, to highlight the power of compounding. The friend who started at 25 ended up with more than double the amount of money as the friend who started at 35, despite investing less money. Chapter 5: The Role of Luck. The fifth chapter of the book is all about luck. The author explains that luck plays a much bigger role in our lives than we realize. He uses the example of a man who bought a piece of land that turned out to have oil underneath it, to highlight the role of luck. The author also stresses that luck is not just about the good things that happen to us, but it's also about the bad things that don't happen to us. So those were some of the key takeaways from the book The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. The book emphasizes that money is not just about numbers, but it's also about emotions and behavior. It's important to have a long-term view, save intentionally, understand risk, harness the power of compounding, and realize the role of luck in our lives. We hope you found this video informative and thought-provoking. At last, don't forget to subscribe our channel and hit on bell icon for latest updates. Link of the book given in description. You can check out this beautiful from that link.